And just like that, we are back. Welcome to Chronicles of Power, a podcast dedicated to the world of power, where I review and break down the latest episode in the Powerverse. My name is Keemie, and we are brought to you by Private Listed, your source for all things music, sports, culture, and entertainment. You can find us at PVTLSTD with a little underscore at the end. And if you're looking for us on YouTube, that's where you can find us as well. Also, if you're looking for us on Instagram, we are at Chronicles of Power. And today I have a special guest in the building with me. It's almost going to seem like deja vu because he was with me for episode 303 and he's back again for 305. So clap it up for Sam from Power is Fire. Love that you are here with me, and he's giving us the Miss America wave for those of you who are just listening to us on audio. And make sure to find us on all places where you can find your podcast. That is Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever it is. Make sure that you are subscribing, following, and tapping in with us. So we have a lot to get into today because we are going to be reviewing episode 305 from Power Book 4 Force. This week it is titled The Last Dance, directed by none other than the incomparable, the amazing, the legend, Robert Townsend, who I had the pleasure of meeting. I was so excited. And also it was written by Terry Kopp. Now she has been on the show before, so definitely friend to the show. First things first, let's get into some news. And Sam and I have been chomping at the bit, so to speak, to talk about the news this week because we've had a lot of power news. I'll let Sam start it off. So, Sam, talk to us about what happened in the news this week.
Let's see.
Power
This week
Origins.
they announced all of the Power Origins characters that were going to be included in uh the season so far. At least we only got maybe seven or so characters. Oh, there, my bad. Yeah, we got like 6 or 7 characters.
Well,
So
yeah, so they,
very
they gave
excited to
six.
see 6 characters. Yep. So very excited to see um what the full cast looks like and who else gets added. A lot of fans was like very upset that they didn't put out who was gonna be Tasha and who was gonna be Angela. If they even go with Angela, and if it is a time jump, it might not be an Angela. We might get a maybe a like a throwback visual or like a flashback, but other than that, I don't think Angela really needs to be in it. But if she is, cool.
Agreed. Uh,
Yeah.
the only reason why we would be even coming in contact with her would have been if they were still in their high school years. And as far as we know, or what we're deducing right now, is that they have a significant time jump from where we are right now in Raising Canaan. I believe we spoke about that last time in episode 303. So it does look like they're in the 2000s right now. And it's just because of how they cast it. And one of the things that Sam brought up to me with the casting was a certain person. So in season 4 of Raising Canaan, we saw him and he played, who are we talking about, Sam?
The Tremont.
Yep. So you played Tremont, and did you get a chance to go back to season 4 of Raising Canaan this week to double check to see if he died? Because both Sam and I screamed, I thought he was dead.
Thought he was dead too. I didn't get a chance to actually go back to the episode, but a lot of people was DMing me and saying that he did not die. They just tortured him
Right.
really badly. But I could have sworn Marvin popped him. But okay, maybe I'll go back and have to watch the whole thing. But I was kind of living when I seen it. I'm like, Draymond, of all people, he made it.
He made it. So the other thing is, if Tremont made it, do you think one of the Thomases made it as well, or any of
Yeah,
the Thomases made it?
at this point, they got to keep one of the brothers alive. Um,
Mm,
I don't know if it should be it really should be Lou if it's anybody. Only because Marvin seems to be the fan favorite, which obviously it would make sense to kind of bring him back. But also, you know, if you age him up that much, what does Marvin do? Because at that point, he'd probably be in his very late 40s, maybe going on 50 at that point. Because Marvin's
mm.
already older.
Meaning in terms of the show?
In terms of
Um,
the show, yeah, like, I think Marvin right now is
Marvin is
older than
early
Rock.
30s. Yeah. Well,
Late.
yeah, he is older than Rock because Rock is like about 35, 36
Right.
ish.
Yeah, so
And
he
yeah,
gotta be about 40 right now, so he gonna be if he makes it, he's 50 years old in the Origins timeline.
I mean, but that's not too old, and he black, so he should be
Right,
fine.
but he can't be no drug dealer at 50? You know what I mean? Like, what?
I mean, Tommy is.
Tommy ain't 50 in the current timeline?
How old is Tommy in the current timeline?
Mm, well, if they claim that OG Power was in a span of what, 1 year? Allegedly.
Yeah, but
Even though
listen,
Tariq
I don't
even
want
though
to start with
Tariq
this
grew from
timeline
12
stuff
to
again because
so, I really actually don't know, but, it's gonna I don't know, I just can't wait to see what they do with it. I just cannot see them bringing Marvin in unless he's like a drug addict or, something, and at that point, it would be kinda pointless,
Mhm.
um, but he can't be 50 still selling drugs, I'm sorry.
Well, we'll see because all of the plugs are older and
They're not 50
um
though.
Che looks about 50. Che is no one's 35. He's no one's 35 at all. He's not. And I mean, Justice Sakura is 49 years old. Just because, I mean, the age right now, it doesn't really mean anything. You can still look good. So, in terms of the look, I think he'll be fine. But what I do understand that you're saying is, what is he going to be doing at this time? I don't think he's still going to be in the game,
Nah.
or maybe he could be. Who knows? But he just doesn't have a strong hand over it the way how he did in the 80s and 90s when his sister was at the helm.
Right. Well, we know Rock is a pack, so she definitely not making it uh that long.
Oh god.
Um yeah, Rock is definitely dead.
Why do you think that? So,
Kanan
hold
killed her
on.
last season.
And the next bit of news that we have is our friend Isaac Keys, who plays Diamond. He actually released a book this week, so congratulations to Diamond or to
Yeah.
Isaac Keys.
Out of the Isaac
Looking
Keys.
forward to it. Yeah, looking forward to it. Hopefully, we get to talk to him this season, before the season is out, and we could talk to him about the book and also about what else he has going on after Power Book 4 Force is done, because this is the last season of Force, and it's so weird because it almost feels like, remember in Power when we were kind of rushing through the end of the season? It kind of felt like we were just throwing everything in, trying to tie everything up. And I'm just like, they're creating so many other things that's happening right now. And I'm like, how are we even going to tackle any of this? And where are we going to tackle it? Is everything just going to be tied up neatly in a bow at the end of the season, or are there still going to be some loose ends that we have to look forward to in whatever iteration of Power that we have after this?
They
Thoughts?
they closing out all of the storylines. So like I think I mentioned in the last episode about um them killing the witness because that's how they got in this
Mm,
position to begin with.
mhm, mhm,
And in this episode, they literally went back and kind of closed that storyline out. So he used that as leverage to get at Stacey Marks.
mm.
So like they are closing every single loose end or anything that they had in the first season that wasn't answered. All that's getting answered now. So I definitely immaculate writing on that end.
Yeah, I do love the I love the painting scene, but we're getting to our favorite scenes in a second because we have one last thing to tackle in news. So this week we posted a picture on Chronicles of Power of the new Kanan go the new Kanan, Ghost, and Tommy, and people are losing their minds. So
Oh
I
my
just
god.
have you been going through the comments to see what people are saying about that?
Absolutely. It's nothing but complaints. If it's if
So
it's it's
annoying.
it's your post, it's my post, it's Mr. Power Universe. They going on there, they going crazy on their Facebook. Oh my goodness. Forget about it.
You know, I I couldn't I just looked at it, like, at the time of recording, I went through and I'm still arguing with people like, "Oh my gosh, just give this." Because initially I was like, I didn't really like this person for Ghost," but everybody was like, "Hey, he's a great actor." And I was like, "Oh, okay, he's a good actor." Because I haven't really seen him in everything. I know people told me he was in All American, but I
Yeah, I
haven't
never
seen
seen all of
him.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't seen him, but I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna give him a chance because he doesn't exactly look like Omari Hardwick." Like,
Yeah, I mean, even if he's not that great to start, like I think his character could kind of be built up.
mhm,
I don't expect Ghost to come out and be this like super scary guy that's just beating everybody up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Um,
when you say
but
that, you know what makes me what I think about? They had to have aged it up a bit for a reason, because I don't know if people wanna see scary soft and scary ghost who is coming into himself and having a a coming of age moment. They wanna see some ruthless activity, which is why I feel like that's why they skipped up a few years, because they don't wanna see Tommy doing graffiti on stores, or ghosts moving into Kate and Tommy's house when he's 9 years old, which is what we found out this week in Force, right?
right,
So,
yeah, that was a good little
that was a good
nugget.
little gem, little Easter egg that they put in there for us. But, so I see that they aged them up, so they look to be about 16, 17, oldest 20, maybe?
I would say about probably 20 years old.
Okay, alrighty.
Yeah.
So we're done with news, and the next thing that I want us to talk about is Force. How do you feel about the mid-season? It's not even a finale because we don't have a break yet.
No, not a break yet. I would hope that it's around Christmas time. That'd be great actually to do a break because then people will be like, okay, well, I'm with my family, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But if they wait, it's like, okay, now this is pointless to wait.
No, no, no,
Or we
no.
could have had that break and it wouldn't have felt like a break.
Nah, they're definitely gonna have a break after episode 9. So there's a break after episode 9, and then that's it. And I
Yeah,
think
it should have been a
episode
break.
9 airs. I can tell you right now when episode 9 airs, but how did you feel about the episode?
It was great. I thought it was a good episode. It's I would say this season so far that this was probably my favorite. Just how everything happened, how the episode started to finish.
Mhm.
It was great to me. I really had no complaints. Again, it
Alrighty.
was tying up old storylines.
Mhm.
So yeah,
So then tell me the 2 things that you liked about this episode. Normally, I say 3, but in the interest of time, give me 2 things that you liked,
right.
and
But in the interest
then
of time,
mhm.
so Diamonds, I love Diamonds' plan. How he kind of was just putting his foot down this episode. I'm like, freaking finally.
Like,
Oh my
"Excuse me."
gosh.
Somebody's balls dropped.
Basically,
Excuse
right.
me.
Basically told Janara, like, I'll run CBI. Like, why you worried about Tommy? So that whole situation, how he came in with the plan, basically like if they don't bend, then we act. And they acted for sure.
For sure.
Um, and then my second favorite was definitely how Claudia went out. That was just beautiful.
Oh, the plot armor. The plot armor. Lord have mercy.
Well, she
She
don't have no
shot
plot armor now.
55
That
no,
that
no,
plot
no,
armor is
not for
done.
her. She shot 55 holes into the couch. Tommy got up like Chucky. So I can't. I can't.
Yo, she really was airing that couch out, and
And
Tommy
the
just,
couch.
I swear, he's a cartoon character. He is a
Yes,
cartoon character,
he is a
literally.
cartoon character. Okay, so 2 things that I liked. So I like the scene with, Stacey Marks, Tommy, and Vic. I like
Hmm.
that her hands are tied, especially because she's a character that is she's not corrupt by any sense of the word, and she pretty much goes by the book with everything, and to see her have to
Hmm.
succumb to what Tommy wants and what Vic is saying, it's almost heartbreaking in a sense because she's actually the good guy here, right? Like she's actually trying to clean up the streets. She's trying to run for mayor to make it a better place.
Right,
But because people love Tommy, they don't see her character as the good guy or as the person that we should be rooting for. Instead, they're rooting for Tommy. But I like the acting in that
I
scene.
can't.
When he walked up, you could see her heart drop. Like she's just like, "What the hell is going on here?" And I was just like, I wonder how this is gonna play out throughout the rest of the season. And this is one of the things that I was thinking about or referring to earlier when I was just like, how are they gonna tie all of this up? And isn't it funny that in the last season of another power show, we start to delve into more politics? because that's what we did in the first iteration of Power, where Ghost was trying to run for lieutenant governor, and now we have
Mhm.
Stacey running for mayor. We have the whole politics timeline happening again. So that was one scene that I liked, and then the other scene that I liked is the realization of Shanti realizing that Jannard is teaming up with Diamond and kind of kicking her out of the loop, and her telling Tommy that, and Tommy realizing what's happening in like in no time. He's piecing it together. The wheels are turning. He already knows what's happening. And she knows what's happening too. And she doesn't
Right.
even have to explain everything to him. It's just it's no communication needs to be said after what she says. It's like, hey, no, they I think they're doing something. And they killed the Yardies. And it's like, hold on now. We didn't talk about that. Where's this coming from?
Right.
But yeah, so those are two things that I like.
Kill the whole gang.
The whole gang. And then the overkill. The overkill. Oh my gosh. But so here's the thing that
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
mean, it was personal. That was personal.
it was personal, so I get it. But that was one of the scenes that I was just like, I could have did without that. Like I could have, even if they would have cut away from it and I didn't have to see him go like that, I would have been okay. What's two things that you didn't really like about the episode?
Mireya killed me in the bathroom.
Oh my
No,
god.
in the hospital. When she was at the hospital and something happened with the little boy and she started getting all emotional. I'm like, these fake ass tears, like tear. I hate to say it, but that acting was not it.
I just think the
that
whole
I just
reasoning behind it was kind of
right.
because even the way how they explain it, because like they're subtly trying to tell us, even from the last episode where they're trying to tell us that she's pregnant. I'm like, oh my god, there's so many ways that we could have went about this. But her seeing a little boy, you're trying to tell me the only time that you'll feel emotion if you see a little boy dying or getting emotional is if you are pregnant. Like what?
Exactly. I would have rather them did like a little morning sickness or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like she get to work and then she's throwing up like, nonstop. And then the girls say, girl, I think you might be pregnant or something like it would have been like better if it, you know what I mean? I just like
Mhm.
that was a corny way to introduce it.
And then, so let's talk about Maria. Let's just start jumping into our characters for right now. So Maria, right now, she comes home after. I know we should probably start with Diamond and Jannard, but I really got to talk about this Maria thing because it was bothering me. She comes home. She comes
Killing me.
home, or goes back to Tommy's loft, and she finds blood and just pregnant self and all brings home a baby onesie and starts scrubbing blood off of the chairs and the floor and cleaning up. And I'm like, first of all, why did Tommy kill Claudia there? And then he leaves and he knows he doesn't call Maria, doesn't say, hey, don't come here tonight. Nothing. He just leaves it and then comes back and was like, "Oh, I was gonna clean it up before you got here." What? And then
Win.
what exactly when? And then the other thing is, are we supposed to understand now that she's having second thoughts? First of all, last week you was a whole ride or die chick telling him, "Oh, I've been in this life before, and I know about this, and I'm okay with whatever you got going on. I know what it is, right?" And she said that in
Mhm.
but so many words. And
Right.
now she's having second thoughts because she's pregnant. Did you not think about that before? Like it took you to be 2 seconds pregnant to realize that this guy is psychopath killer, like your brother?
That's how I mean, that's how it be. You know, like you don't really realize it until you like, oh damn, do I want to bring a baby into this? You know? It's different if he's doing his stuff out and about, but like he's literally bringing his stuff home. So I get it from a standpoint. That made sense why they did that, but it was just more like I get what you're saying. It's like you know, right? You're supposed to be ride or die, but she also is not supposed to be in the vicinity. He could have literally sent her a text, and then he would have cleaned up. She wouldn't have seen no bullet holes. Everything would have been cleaned up by the time she got there.
But I think what I'm really trying to drive home is in addition to the ride or die part, right? Is your life not valuable too?
It is
You right. So why would it get to the point of you needing to be pregnant for you to realize that this is not the situation that you need to be in? You knew that you didn't want to be around your brothers, whatever your brother was doing. That's why you went to school and you became a nurse and you had your own life outside of it. Then why would you put yourself in the middle of something like this again, which is something that I brought up. I can't remember if I brought it up to you or maybe I was talking to Mr. Power Universe. It was just like, I just don't get the motivation of why she wants to be with someone like Tommy. It doesn't make sense to me, especially if your brother is already in this life and you seem to be, she's not involved in any capacity from what we know. I mean, she knows what's happening or she has some sort of inkling of what is happening. She's not ignorant, right? She's
Yes.
definitely not ignorant to what Tommy has going on. So your life and your safety should have been paramount then too. But now all of a sudden there is a switch going off because you're 35 seconds pregnant. And now it's almost seeming like she doesn't want to tell him,
35 seconds.
son. Now we're at the point of, is she even going to tell him that she's pregnant? And I'm like, yo, we can't be doing this again, can we?
I mean, she should have told him right then and there, actually.
Yeah.
He
So
already knows there's gonna be some news immediately when he gets home, so she might as well just told him now. I
I'm
get
gonna
it. Maybe the time is not the greatest because she just came home and seen a damn near crime scene, but
Yeah, okay. You know what?
uh,
I'm a tone down a little bit. You know what? She saw a crime scene. She a little shook right now. Maybe she hasn't been that close to the action, even though she was talking big tough shit last week. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give her some grace only because maybe, she's not going to throw away the baby onesie and Tommy is going to see it and be like, hey, what's this? Right. In the next episode. So that this way she has to come clean about it and she has to tell him about it because there's no way I would have believed her that she made it to the final three, the round with the supervisor position. Like, what?
yeah.
There's no way that's what you wanted to tell me. But yeah, let's
He
let's
acted
move
all
on.
excited like he cared.
Right? But it's his girl. Of course you gotta show his support because it's something that's important to her. So I'll say yes, he does care, right?
It was just
Cause
like he was like, "That's great." Oh my god, you don't care.
I think it was just how the line came out, but I think he does care because she's his family now, or he wants her to be family, and he's always like itching to have some closeness to someone or some woman. But let's move on to another family, right? Because I do want to talk about the Flynns and I want to talk about the Sampson brothers. And who do you want to go with first?
A Flint's.
All right. So you talk to me about the Flynns. What do you think the Flynn legacy is going to be?
S well, if we're gonna we kinda jumping around, but I'll just kinda start with that last point that, Vic made. Um, Now I get him taking back the territory from the Albanians, that makes sense.
Hmm.
I think that's very smart. You gotta if you got people coming from Milwaukee and New York,
You
you
have
might
to
as
take it
well
back.
raise hell.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
do.
how that's going to affect the coalition though. So that may be a problem. But
I think I know
shit,
what's
Diamond
happening
just took out
there.
a whole game.
Yeah. I have a
Diamond just took
theory.
out a whole game, so I guess it don't matter.
No, I have a theory about what's going on there, but in terms of keeping it on the family track and talking about the Flynn. So what Vic is doing in terms of trying to get the his spots back, I think that that works. And I think I know what's happening there, but I'm going to hold on that theory just for 1 second, only because I have a really important question and I want to juxtapose it with what's happening with the Sampsons. So Vic and Claudia and Papa Flynn is gone. We know that the Sampson brothers, they also lost their father, and now a sibling is now deceased. Claudia is out of here. And I'm sure we'll talk about Claudia a little bit more later. But do you see both Sampson brothers making it out of the season?
Nope.
Yeah. After seeing Claudia die, I was like, "Oh, they're gonna chop everybody up. Everybody's gonna die. Everybody's going to die." But my right now,
I don't know about everybody. I could see Vic surviving, actually.
yeah, I think Vic is going to survive only because of like outside factors. I don't know about if it's foreshadowed in the show enough that he's going to survive, but I think that they like him. Like outside of the show, like the like on in real life, like they like Shane Harper, right? And normally when an actor is liked and they have a good relationship with the network, with the writers, with the producers, they find a way to make you live throughout all of this stuff, which is what we've seen throughout with Tommy as an example, right? Like
Yeah.
they like him, right? And he knows exactly what to say in interviews, in press runs, in whatever it is that he's doing. Like he has a good rapport with them and they make things happen
Right.
for him. And he's been here throughout this whole time. But and I'm not saying that if someone dies is that they don't like them. It's just saying that, sometimes you can tell. But I say all of that to say with the Flynn's possibly being extinguished, but you and we both agree that Vic may still be around. What does territory look like if both the Sampson brothers and the Flynns are off the map? Because if we're both saying, hey, not everyone is going to survive this, what does CBI look like? What does the Flynn territory look like? And who is left to rule in Chicago? Because we kind of know that, or maybe we don't know,
Mhm.
Tommy is out of Chicago after this. No?
Pretty much. I think this is it for Tommy in Chicago. But again, I don't think we get another show. So I think if you clear house, it really doesn't matter for real. But let's just say hypothetically, for the argument's sake, they haven't built Marshall's character enough to be able to take something on like that.
Mm,
Bones gets a lot more camera time.
yep.
Same with Big Smurf. But again, having them take over CBI is like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They have to keep Jannard alive, honestly.
Yeah.
And I love Diamond too, but one of them have to go. And if one has to go, uh, it probably will be Diamond.
Why do you think one has to go?
I can't see them killing both off.
And why do you think it should be
You
Diamond?
know, I just think that well, Diamond, even if it was a situation where they got locked up or something like that, right? I
Mhm,
don't think Diamond's gonna go back to jail, so he's gonna go out swinging for sure. Even if that means you gotta kill off some fictional police officers or yeah, I want to
mhm,
say fictional,
mhm, mhm.
but he's gonna go out with a bang if he does go out.
Yeah, I
Um,
I agree. He's too
I
big of
just
a
I just
character
can't
to
see
not.
them killing both off.
Yeah, the thing is, the reason why it wouldn't make just in terms of story, why it wouldn't make sense to kill them both off, because here's what I was alluding to earlier. If Tommy is alive and there is a spinoff after, and that's what we believe is going to happen afterwards. Here's what I was thinking. Someone has to be alive to avenge these people that are dying, right? Like, is Vic
Right.
really okay with Claudia being killed by Tommy? We don't know. Is he going to avenge his sister? Or is he just going to be killed off or like ride off into the sunset and just forget about all of the stuff that's happening here? Like, is witness protection actually going to happen for him? Or is he going to die? I don't get the feeling that he's going to die, but I wonder if his thoughts are gonna change once he finds out that his sister is actually dead and that it was at the hands of Tommy. Or here's the other thing. If one of the Sampson brothers dies, one of them is going to have to avenge whoever did it. We don't know who's going to do it, but the way how this normally goes is they're gonna blame it on Tommy. Because we know that
Yeah. Oh,
Janelle
regardless. Yeah.
regardless, we know that Jannard is going to find a
Okay.
way to blame it on Tommy. And then so far this season, we have seen Diamond get really frustrated with a lot of the picks and the moves that Tommy has made, which is why he's, being assertive and showing force and moving on and saying, hey, I'm going to do this with or without him. I don't need his permission to go avenge or to go after the Yardies. I'm just gonna do whatever I have to do, and I'm gonna go meet with Che. What can he tell me? I run CBI. This is my organization, and like we
It
said
is.
earlier, he is definitely. he's a whole new man right now after what happened with Leon. He's completely different, and he's not just this gentle giant that we thought that he was before. But I do wonder if he were to die, right? If that character were to die, Jannard is going to go crazy. That's all he has left.
Good,
Yeah, that's
good.
all he has left, and that's all. And like we were saying, and in comparison with Vic, that's all he had left. There's no mommy, there's no dad, and you only had your sibling left. Are you just gonna let that? You just gonna sweep that under the rug? I hope not.
I hope not either. I just don't see. I can't see that. Like if they was building up DMAC maybe a little bit more, but even him, he's not. They not about the bones in them is not about to listen to DMAC, bro. They may have a little bit more respect for Marshall because Marshall kind of was in it with them, but unless they start shooting shit up, I don't see that being a possible avenue that they take to kill off both brothers, like, and then give the organization the bones. No,
Yeah, maybe. So maybe there are gonna be some loose ends here, and maybe Tommy just leaves a road of destruction in Chicago. Maybe everything just gets blown up, and he just has to get out of there because everybody's gonna be coming after him. I do wonder what it's gonna look like in episode 6 and 7, 8, and 9, and even 10, once he does confront Diamond for what he did to the Yardies, and how there's kind of like a fracture in their relationship now, or even just as their business relationship. I don't know how they can go forward if Tommy is hot-headed and he's a leader, and Diamond isn't really hot-headed, but he is taking charge and taking control of his portion of the crime syndicate. So I don't know how well they're gonna work together after this. It doesn't look to be too good because I feel like
I
Diamond is
think they can.
eh.
I feel like they can. I'm just trying to figure out how this situation, because at this point it's like, okay, well, you made a move on the Yardies without me, okay. I don't really see that as big as the DMAX situation. You know what I mean?
Remember,
Like
you know
DMAX
how
was
we
like that. Okay, yeah,
no, 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 go ahead, you can finish your thought because I was gonna add on to something you just said. But are you done?
yeah. I'm
Okay.
just thinking about DMAC. Like if you forgave that, then why do you care about the
Forgave it.
Yardies?
I don't think he forgave it. I think that, like when they say it's the totality of the circumstance, it's not just one thing, it's not two things, it's like keeps building on top of each other. So I think obviously we know there's some other things happening in the background. He's gonna find out about the King Kilo shit. They're gonna have, he's still not too keen on DMAC being in it, but he's just like,
Well,
all right, well,
He
he
already found out about the King Kilo thing.
he right, but it's a part of the totality thing. Sorry if I said the wrong thing, but King
Oh yeah,
Kilo,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So King Kilo is after DMAC. They have DMAC joining CBI. He has Diamond joining up with Jannard and going after the Yardies. And we have Diamond meeting with Che without Tommy, trying to secure
With Jannard.
with Jannard, right? And he's just like, what's happening here, right? It kind of seems like you're trying to push me out. And then I'm sure there's going to be one last catalyst that's going to, the straw that breaks the camel's back. Because so far we got like 5 reasons already for Tommy to be like, what's going on here? Right? Because Shanti is already on guard. She's like, this don't really make sense. And then he's like, there's one more thing that has to happen. That's the straw that's going to break the camel's back in order for him to just be like, you know what? I'm not fucking with y'all no more. Or they're going to say, we're not fucking with you no more. And then it's just going to be all hell breaks loose. And we just don't know what that is yet. But it has to be something else. Because so far, he's been giving them pass after pass after pass after pass for all of these indiscretions, and it's only but so much he
Well, it's
can
vice
take.
versa.
What do you mean? Tell me.
Yeah, but it's vice versa. I feel like Diamond also can be mad at Tommy for a lot of the stuff too, because the
Of
Yardies
course.
attacked them based off Tommy's actions. You know what I mean? So it's an even thing. I just don't know what that last thing will be, and I don't know if it's has to do with JP. maybe JP gets hurt because of something that they did, or I don't know, you know?
Let's talk about this because so good segue, Sam. Good segue. Because this week, oh my gosh, when when we put out the pictures, right, for the episode, in the comments, and even when I joined, I was watching Mr. Power Universe yesterday, and he was live, and people kept asking him, "Who's gonna die this week? Who's gonna die this week?" And they kept he kept saying JP, and I'm like, "What is y'all beef with JP?" So then I go in the comments of the pictures that were released, and everybody's like, "Oh, JP's gonna die. JP's gonna die." I'm like, "What is y'all beef with JP? He didn't even do nothing. He was only in 2 episodes this season. Only thing he's doing is advocating
Right,
for
but
his son."
they
Go
showed
ahead.
that one picture of D-Mac, after the funeral, and he's, like, laying there, he's staring up at the ceiling, and he has a picture of JP, like, an old picture of JP, next to him on the ground
Yeah, but
with a
that
gun
that
in his hand.
Oh,
It's like,
okay,
well, why
okay,
would you
okay.
put that like, y'all leak that picture so everyone knows, and then you also leak the is that it's gonna be a funeral, and
Mhm.
D-Mac is there. So
Mm.
we know it's not Kate,
No, 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 yeah, we know it's
you
not
know?
Kate
If
because we
D-Mac
have
shows that picture go yeah.
No, 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 you're good, you're good. I wasn't cutting you off. So, we know it's not Kate, one, because we still have no clarity on where we are in the timeline again. I feel like me and Sam are gonna keep saying this forever, right? Because when exactly did Tommy run to New York to go see Tasha, or to go get Tasha and talk to Tariq and go see Kate and all of this stuff? But yeah, we don't know where we're at yet. But we know that it's not Kate. We can assume, I think we can safely assume that JP is gonna get packed up out of here, because we were already told, we were warned from the beginning of the season that a lot of bodies are gonna drop this season. But everyone seems to have a beef with JP. I thought it was a beef because I was just like, why y'all want him to die so bad? But I forgot about that image. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. One of the other things that I wanted to
But if we have to
cover.
say who's next if we have to say who's next, it has to be JP. Um, I don't think they kill off Shanti yet, but she's also next.
She's definitely gonna get packed up. I think by episode 7, she's out of here, because especially now that Jannard is that little thing he did where he ignored her text and didn't tell her about the meet with Shay, even though that was their whole thing throughout the entire season. She wanted to have her own thing with him. She wanted to just push Diamond out, and she wanted him to kill Diamond, and he doesn't want to do that to his brother. We can see that. And I'm sure she can see that too. And she kept questioning him about it. Like, are you going back on your word? Do you really want to do that? Are you sure you want to do it? And now that she sees that they made a move on the Yardies, and also he did the meet with Che with his brother, she knows what's going on. And it's her clock is
But she
ticking
also
at this
doesn't
point.
hate Tommy either. Yeah, but she also
Yeah.
doesn't hate Tommy. Like, I
Well,
don't really ever like, she had one little scene where she was like, "Oh, I hate Tommy," or whatever, but, like, she says that, but then when she's around him, it's just like, "Oh, like, whatever,
that's
I'll
what I was
just
gonna
work with
say.
you."
Yeah.
And he saved her life.
Yeah, he did. He did. But she still, even after he saved her life, she still went back to Jannard and was like, "I don't give a fuck about this white boy. Like, what you wanna do? How are we gonna do this?"
Yeah, but
So,
that's a front to Jannard. I don't get, like, I don't know, what's that about because she really don't have no reason to hate Tommy for real.
I mean, the only reason that she has is just because, he's just a new person in town. He's a stranger, and it's stranger danger. That's it. Like, and because she's been there this long, she feels like she has more right to it than any new person coming in. And I guess I get that. Seniority rules, rookies drool, right? Alrighty. So we talked about Shanti, we talked about Jannar, we talked about Diamond, we talked about, let's see, talked about Maria. We didn't see Miguel
Stacey
this
Marks?
episode.
Yeah,
Did you
Miguel
notice
was not in
that?
this episode, neither
Miguel
was
was not
D-Mac.
in this episode.
D-Mac wasn't either.
Neither was D-Mac. Oh God, that must mean. Oh, there was something that you said earlier, and I didn't want to cut you off while you were talking, because you were talking about Marshall and who they would possibly hand this over to. But there's something that I want you to think back on from episode 1. When episode 1 or is it episode 2? You correct me if I'm wrong, and you guys can do so in the comments as well. But in episode 1, when Tommy goes to Marshall's house and he's looking for D-Mac and he wants to make sure that he's not doing anything, he's in school, and he goes there, he finds him at D-Mac's house and he's not supposed to be there. And he says, "Oh, come here, cutting off my dreads," and all of that stuff, right? He does say something to Marshall. He does say something to Marshall in that episode that really piqued my interest. He was like, "Listen, I know you're trying to protect your friend, and I've done the same thing as you, but it never ends well." And I was like, that rubbed me the wrong way because I don't think that they're going to kill D-Mac, or if they do, actually, you know what? I'm gonna stick to my guns. I don't think that they're gonna kill D-Mac. I think that Marshall is not gonna make it out, and it's just because of that comment that Tommy made earlier, especially the thing about protecting his friend. So the funeral scene that or the scene that I saw, the picture that I saw, I didn't realize that that was JP's picture. I thought that that was about Marshall. I thought the funeral was for Marshall, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I don't think that
No,
Marshall's
no,
gonna
because
make it out.
why would Mireya be at Marshall's funeral?
I didn't notice that
Mireya
she
wouldn't
was
be at
there.
Marshall's funeral.
No, 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 I didn't notice that she was there. So, I didn't notice that Maria was there. But even if she was there,
Gotcha.
I can easily make a reason for her being there, right? Because the same reason why she would be there for JP. This is somebody that was close to Tommy, or Tommy's nephew, and she's going there to support her boyfriend's, nephew, right? Because we haven't seen her. She doesn't know JP.
Yeah, but do Marshall don't need a big funeral. It has to be a character that uh basically hits hard for Tommy. You know, we know it's not gonna be Diamond, it's not gonna be Jannard. You know what
Mm-mm.
I mean?
No,
So
no,
I,
no,
I
no.
don't see for me Rhea to be there, it has to be JP.
JP. Okay.
And she's there to
Alrighty.
basically just yeah, you know what I mean?
Mhm. No, no, no. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Because they're not gonna make it a big deal.
The fact that they're even filming a funeral, I mean, I wouldn't even think that they had time to do so considering we only have 10 episodes. Oh, sorry. I forgot to bring up something earlier when we were talking about Origins, about them having 18 episodes. Yo, I had such an
Well,
ADHD
right.
moment
But
just
that's
now.
been
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but that's been announced.
yeah, it's been announced, but how that is, but we never talked about it on camera. Like that's like a lot of people were
Oh, right,
excited.
yeah.
Like a lot of people were excited about it being
I don't know
18
why. They
episodes.
shouldn't be. They shouldn't be.
I knew your ass was
You
gonna say
already
that.
come on, Kimmy,
What?
Kimmy.
Yes.
You think they're gonna air 18 episodes straight? They're gonna drag the hell out of it. Yo, it's gonna be 6 episodes, or
Oh,
it's gonna be 9 episodes, and then we're gonna wait almost a year and get the second part.
please don't say that, Sam. Don't say that, Sam.
They did it
It,
for Ghost. Ghost part we only got 5 episodes and then another five, and had to wait 3 months for the five. So what you
I don't.
think they about to do with 18? Maybe part one, two, and three.
On that note,
Then I'm hearing Raise the Kingdom only gonna have 8 episodes for the last season. I'm like, what's the point?
8? Is that confirmed? Hold
That's
on.
what I'm hearing. No, that's not confirmed, but that's the rumor on the streets. The streets are saying it's only gonna be 8 episodes.
Are you serious? I gotta tap into my sources. Hold on. Tap into my sources.
Literally. Because I'm just like, bro, what would be the point of that? You gonna give
Right.
us a fifth season and only give us 8 episodes? And you gotta do a big kill off because ain't no way everybody about to make it 10 years.
Oh, and the last thing that we didn't talk
Well,
about.
Rock is already a pack, so she don't count.
Nah, Rock is gonna survive. She's gonna come back. I think he didn't really shoot her. I think he shot up in the air and he misses and she's alive. Yes.
Okay,
Listen,
whatever.
we posted pictures. We saw them filming. I live in New York. I saw them filming. They were filming. She was there, unless it's smoke and mirrors, but she was definitely there.
It could have been a ghost.
Whatever.
Filming a ghost episode.
Okay. Alrighty. If you say so. Alrighty. Anything else that we should be covering in force today? Did I miss anything? Because Claudia's girlfriend, she made it out and she survived. I don't know how. Stacy Marks has under the gun. Miguel is to be determined. Ortega still in prison.
You
Big
think Ortega gets out?
he has to because we need a nemesis. We need something. So unless his nemesis is
Yeah,
gonna be excuse me, guys, unless his nemesis is gonna be Jannard and Diamond, because he has to get out. Tommy needs trouble
could
right
be.
now.
Well, somebody's gonna knock off JP. And I know it ain't gonna be Diamond and Jannard because Tommy will literally air out the entire CBI. Well, he can't air out the Marquez cartel.
Th- Hold on. Hold on. Wait. I think you made me onto something. Remember what I was saying earlier about there has to be something. It has to be the
A
straw to
straw
break
that
the
breaks the camel's
camel's
back.
back. What if one of them killed JP on accident or on purpose? But I don't know why they would kill JP because JP isn't really
Maybe
involved.
right. That's why I can only think. The only thing I can think of is the Marquez cartel just happened to be at the right place at the right time, but the wrong place at the wrong time for JP.
Yeah, but he just be in the
Or he's trying to
house.
save DMAC.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe King Kilo. Well, King Kilo's still in prison, so he's not gonna come out. Or maybe King Kilo sends somebody to kill DMAC, and instead of killing DMAC, they mistakenly kill JP. I feel like that makes sense.
That could be the case. Or maybe King Kilo says to Jannard, you know what? I actually want you to to definitely take out DMAC, and Jannard's like, fuck it. And then, you know,
And then all hell breaks loose. But then who's gonna be on Tommy's side? Alrighty, people. I don't know what's happening with the audio, but it has been a pleasure speaking to Sam from Power is Fire. And we'll be back next week with the review of episode 306. Can't wait to see you then. Any last messages from you, Sam? Take that as a no.
no, I thought
Alrighty,
it was a
people.
great
Have
episode.
a
Can't
good week.
great episode. Can't wait.
Alrighty. Thank you so much. Alrighty, everybody. Have a good
Wait, can
week.
you hear me?